Now for updates, now we're joined by Steve Walz, the international media spokesman at Sheba Medical Center. Steve, always appreciate your time with us here. Before we talk about vaccines, this critical indicator of the progress here has been the number of patients in critical condition and the status of the coronavirus wards. Give us a bit of a status report there.
Well, we have 2 coronavirus wards that we are closing, but we still, like many other hospitals, are dealing with a lot of critically ill people, not the older people. The challenge now is to deal with the younger people between the ages of 40 and 60 who are quite ill, and I mean really sick, which means that those are people who are neglecting to go to take their vaccines or have only taken it once. And I've seen this myself, where people took the first vaccine and never showed up for the second vaccine, are really playing Russian roulette, because we are not out of this yet. We still have a long way to go. We've vaccinated, as you said, 4 million people, but we need to vaccinate 4 million people at least the second time, and we need to get to at least 7 million if we're going to actually have a chance to pull out of this altogether.
Now, looking at this latest vaccine data released from Clalit, confirming that, as we're saying, everyone must get vaccinated here based on the high effectiveness of the vaccine. Now, is it happening, though? You mentioned we still have a long way to go. What are you seeing at Sheba?
Well, Sheba is no longer really the main place for people to get vaccines. People are coming to get vaccines. The HMOs, like Clalit, have taken over most of it. We do vaccinate people in the morning, a little bit in the afternoon, but the HMOs have taken over most of the vaccinations. We really do want people to show up here. We want people to show up at the HMOs, because if you're going to avoid taking the vaccine, it's just going to take longer for us to pull out of this. And quite frankly, those people who are sick need basically to understand to tell other people to get vaccinated. This is not a joke. We have a long way to go here, and we really do want to go back to a normal life. And if we cannot vaccinate enough people, we will not return to the normal life that we were used to before.
Now, how have the concerns been over, again, the appearance of some of these fast-spreading variants that we've been watching here? Has that been an issue, a growing issue?
Yes, it is an issue. We, as you know, Sheba Medical Center does 25% of all research in Israel, and our people are working to identify the different variants. We know that the British variant is very infectious, and we're trying to ascertain if the South African variant basically will impact any of the vaccines. There are several schools of thought on that, but we are researching it, and there could be other variants that come into our midst as we open the airports again. That's the big danger. If we don't check ourselves at the airports coming in and especially going out as well, we're going to just have people bring it, different variants back in. Right now, there are over 4,000 different variants of the virus. Most of them are not as infectious as the British or South African variant. But as you know, all viruses mutate over time. So God knows what other variants are out there that we could be brought back into the country and challenge all of the vaccines that we have out there.
And Steve, an important point, just to come back to, now you mentioned that obviously a high percentage of the older people in the country now already vaccinated, not appearing in your coronavirus wards at the levels they were. Now, it's the younger crowd, again, facing difficulties in the hospital here, even under 40s in critical condition.
We have 5 on ECMO machines. We have 57 of the 89 patients we have. And by the way, that number has not gone down the last few days, which is a bit worrisome. 57 are in serious condition, 5 of whom are on ECMO machines, and we released information in the last 24 hours that the people on the ECMO machines are between 40 and 50 years old, and we do have 2 children in the corona wards. We have a teenager or 2. We have 2 women. People, it's time to get vaccinated. The alternative is we don't return to normal life. We all want to live. We all want to have fun. We all want to go to restaurants. We all want to go to the beach. Get vaccinated. It's not such a big deal, really.
Steve Walz, as always, appreciate your time coming to us from Sheba Medical Center.
Thank you very much.